UFC 239 was great. One of the best pay-per-views of the entire year. We're going to do an entire event recap, start till finish, starting at the first fight on the early prelims. Are you ready? Julia Avila gets the dominant decision over Pani Kianzad. Good job. She's very attractive. She'll go far in the UFC. Give her a title shot next. She's so attractive. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works in women's MMA. You got tits? Is your face not hideous? Title shot. That's all she gets. Moving on. Ismail Naurdiev versus Chance Recounter. I picked Julia Avila to win, by the way. So that's one. Ismail Naurdiev I picked to win. He was 18-2. Had no idea what wrestling was. Had no idea what to do when Chance Recounter was on top of him. Chance Recounter gets the win. Ismail Naurdiev was prided on his kicks. And people were talking about his kicks and how great he was. The fucking Armenian wonder boy he was called by a lot of people. What's the one thing you need to have if you're throwing a lot of kicks? Amazing wrestling. If you're throwing a lot of kicks, you need amazing wrestling. Otherwise, you're going to get taken down left, right, and centre. And that's what happened. So I'm 1-1. Edmund Shabazian goes in there and destroys Jack Marshman in the first round. He was my prospect spotlight. He gets the job done, makes it look easy. He's 21 years old. 3 finishes in a row in the UFC. 10-0 overall. 1 fight gone to a decision. Every other fight on his record's been finished in the first round. He's an absolute savage. There's nothing else to say. He's a savage. Give him someone of note. Give him Shogun Hua. I don't know. Oh no, that's middleweight. Give him the loser of Uriah Hall versus Antonio Carlos Jr. Done. Let's race this guy forward. Because middleweight is such an empty division anyway. You don't want to risk him losing to some no-name. Edmund Shabazian, savage. Makes it look easy against Jack Marshman. Makes it look very easy. Prelims. Alejandro Perez versus Song Yadong. Song Yadong, man. Song Yadong singing us a song. Sweet Chin Music was the song that he decided to play. First round knockout on Alejandro Perez. That's Song Yadong moving into the bantamweight rankings. He's one to look out for. And I think after this fight, he's going to want a quick turnaround to make some more money. And there's some good fights for him. And I think Nathaniel Wood, if you can't get a hold of Thomas Almeida, Song Yadong versus Nathaniel Wood, that works for me. That works for me. And if Song Yadong doesn't want to take on Nathaniel Wood, then maybe take on Cody Stamann. That's a good fight as well. If he doesn't want to take a step back and keep going forward, Song Yadong versus Cody Stamann works for me. And I think if they really want to, they should try and get Song Yadong on that UFC China card. Even though I don't know if he's from China or not. They're all the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't know. They don't know. Claudia Cadella versus Randy Marcos. Randy Marcos is 9-7 for a reason. She's complete fucking trash. She still almost won because Claudia Cadella, in my opinion, is also fucking trash. Claudia Cadella gets the job done. I'm 5-1 on predictions so far for this card. Good stuff. Marlon Vera gets a submission in round 2. Naholin Hernandez. I was surprised. For taking this fight on short notice, I knew kind of it was going to be a submission in the 2nd or 3rd round. Because his gas tank wasn't going to be the best in the world. You know, you haven't had a full camp to train for this. But he comes in, he fucking puts up a good fight against Marlon Vera. And escapes good submission positions. Gives Marlon some trouble on the feet as well. But Marlon shows what a veteran he is. Stays true to the plan. Gets the submission in the 2nd round. Savage. Marlon Vera gets the job done. 6-1 on predictions for this card. Arnold Allen. I'm telling you guys. He's 6-0 in the UFC now. Put some respect on his name. I told you guys. I had no doubt in my mind that Arnold Allen was going to win every round. You can watch my prediction video. I did a whole breakdown of this fight. I said Arnold Allen's going to chew up the legs, which he did. He's going to chew up and pick apart Gilbert Melendez. There won't be a finish because Arnold Allen doesn't do that. He doesn't unleash full power and risk himself getting caught. He's going to completely outcast Gilbert Melendez every single round. 30-27 unanimous decision. And that's exactly what happened. He's the real fucking deal. I'm not biased because he's English. Because I'm picking against English guys left and right nowadays. You know what I'm saying? But Arnold Allen is the fucking truth. Gilbert Melendez 1-6 in the UFC. There's no need for you to keep going. Retire, man. Retire. I don't know what he's still doing it for. Is it cash grabs? Then go to Bellator. If you want cash grabs, Bellator. That's how it is. You get paid more there anyway. And I'd actually be interested to see him fight in Bellator because he'd probably actually come close to winning a few fights. Arnold Allen's a savage. 15-1. 6-0 in the UFC. And he puts away a veteran like Gilbert Melendez like that. He was more dominant than Jeremy Stevens. I'd like to see Arnold Allen at featherweight take on Ricardo Lamas next at the end of the year. Whenever Lamas is back and healthy. Somewhere in the end of year card. I hear they're going to England in December or November. Allen versus Lamas makes a lot of sense. Let's make that fight and let's make it happen fast. Because Arnold Allen's a complete savage. And we're going to start moving up the rankings now. Main card. Diego Sanchez versus Michael Chiesa. As I predicted. Michael Chiesa gets the job done. So I'm like, what, 7-1 on predictions so far? I think 7-1. 8-1. 8-1 on predictions. Diego Sanchez, no, 7-1. 7-1 on predictions so far. 8-1, whatever it is, I've only got one wrong. Diego Sanchez gets dominated. He's an old guy. He's slowly dying. He has brain damage. I don't know what else to say, man. Why are you still letting him fight? Like, I know people were saying in his interviews, he's always been weird. Brain damage. Like, it's just staring us in the face. He has CTE. He's mispronouncing words left and right. He's stammering over words. He's fumbling around with his language. He's having fucking outbursts of weird speeches. When are we going to stop giving him excuses and just saying, oh, it's just Diego being weird. This is just straight up Diego entertainment. He's having brain damage. Somewhere, the UFC, they've just inducted him into the Hall of Fame. That's a perfect send-off. Somewhere, Dana White needs to look in his heart and just go, right, well, we're going to have to step in. We're terminating your contract. We can't let this happen. You have a daughter. Please, Diego Sanchez, there's no need for you to keep going. You're just going to take beatings. But if Diego Sanchez wants to make some more money, I don't know what his contract's like. He's probably going to get a bit of a juicy contract boost this next time round in negotiating. Because he was on the main event of a pay-per-view, of a huge pay-per-view as well. So, yeah, Michael Chiesa gets the job done. You know what's next for Michael Chiesa? Kevin Lee at 170. Make it happen. The rematch, don't talk about his mum. Because there'll be issues. Okay? Kevin Lee versus Michael Chiesa rematch at 170. I'd love to see it. Interesting fight. Jan Blachowicz versus Luke Rockhold. Luke has no chin. It's gone. It left him years ago. And we've only just noticed it now. And I picked him to win. And he got chinned again on the left hook. And he doesn't protect his chin on the right side. His right hand never comes back to his chin. He gets clipped by a left hook. He's a part-time fighter. He's a model on the side. Go and model full-time while you still can. Because if you keep fighting, you ain't going to be modeling for long. Because your jaw is getting realigned every time you step in there. Jan Blachowicz versus Alexander Rakic next. Or Jan Blachowicz versus Johnny Walker next. Done. Great stuff. Moving on. Jorge Masvidal. Flying knee. So I got Blachowicz wrong. I got Chiesa right. I got Masvidal right as well. The KO in the early rounds. I didn't know it was going to be that. I can't predict that. I'm saying I can't predict, oh, I think Masvidal's going to win by flying knee in the first few seconds. Gets it done. I said this in my official reaction. What's Ben Askren going to do at the start of a fight? He's not going to jab Jorge. He's not going to kick Jorge. He's not going to fucking Imanari roll Jorge. He's not going to fucking fly knee Jorge. He's not going to try and do a different punch. Spinning back fist. None of that. Spinning back kick. He's going to shoot for a double leg. And eventually when you know that, and you're calm enough in the chaos that Jorge is, and you've got a clear mind at the start of the fight, I'm going to fly and knee him. Stick to the game plan, act all casual, and then fucking take some speed across that cage. I swear to God, Jorge Masvidal needs to record his sprint time, because he has got fucking speed on him, that Cuban Jesus. Cuban Jesus could be walking on water with that kind of speed. You know what I'm saying? Fucking flying knees Ben Askren's soul out of his body. Pummels Askren in the head a couple times. What's next for Jorge Masvidal? Situational. I said this in my other video. If Colby beats Lawler, Colby's next for the title. If Lawler beats Colby, Lawler versus Woodley. And Jorge Masvidal versus the winner of RDA and Leon Edwards, if it's Leon Edwards. No, wait. If Robbie beats Colby, Jorge gets the title shot. But if Colby beats Lawler, then Jorge fights Leon Edwards if he beats RDA. And that's what happens. Because they have history as well. But Jorge Masvidal, man, it's hard to deny him. Knocks out Darren Till. Knocks out Ben Askren. He's a savage. He took the time off and he come back like an absolute savage. And he's just fucking beating the shit out of everyone left and right. You can't deny him. You know what I'm saying? He's an absolute savage. For sure, top 3 after this. Maybe top 4. I don't know if he slides above RDA. He might do. But Ben Askren, what's next for him? Take a chill pill. I just said there's a London card at the end of the year. Take your time. Let your chin regain itself. You know, recover your chromosomes and fight Darren Till at the UFC London card at the end of the year. Done. I like Darren Till in that fight, I'll be honest with you guys. I really do. Now I've seen that. I told you before, Ben Askren has holes. And those fucking 19 guys he's beaten are not UFC caliber opponents. People made a huge deal out of him beating Robbie Lawler. I'll tell you this, Robbie Lawler is ranked number 10 for a reason. His time has come to an end. Okay? Well done, you beat him controversially. Moving on. Amanda Nunes versus Holly Holm. Amanda Nunes head kicks Holly Holm. I'm never looking at female credentials ever again because they don't mean anything. Holly Holm didn't throw a single thing other than an oblique kick to the thigh. The entire fight. I don't know what to say. She's a fucking world champion kickboxer. Leaves herself wide open for head kicks. Like, that, I just can't take female credentials seriously anymore. Nunes gets the job done. One credentials I can take seriously are Nunes' 2 fucking belts and the fact that she's the best female fighter in the fucking world. I'll never go against her again. I apologise. Okay? I'm so sorry. She's getting better and better every time. She could rematch Cyborg if Cyborg beats Spencer at 145. She could come back down and fight the winner of Aspinlad versus Durandamir. Drop all the belts like a mic and walk away the best female fighter of all time. And no one will ever beat that record. Ever. So she wins. And she gets more pussy than me. John Jones versus Thiago Santos. Terrible performance from John Jones. In my opinion, I think he looked bad. And I think also he thought he was way more ahead than he was. Way more ahead than he was. I actually had Santos winning. I watched the fight again this morning. I had Santos winning 1, 2, and 4. I believe. Or maybe it was 1, 2, and 5. I don't know what I had him winning, but I had him winning 3 rounds to 2. John Jones couldn't finish Santos on one leg. I'm telling you guys, light heavyweight is... It's just John Jones is Demetrius Johnson of the light heavyweight division. He's going to have these close fights. And I think if there's a rematch and Santos has both his legs for the entire fight, he's going to destroy Jones. I really do think that. I think he's a good style to beat Jones. I think nothing Jones could do could stop Santos. Santos was on one leg since the first round. Jones had no injuries. And Santos gets the job done, in my opinion. And on one judge's opinion as well. But obviously they can't give Jones the loss because he's the money man. You know what I'm saying? So, what does Jones do now? He's never in his fucking life going to move up to heavyweight. Because I'll tell you this now. After watching that, Ngannou would flatten him. Stipe would flatten him. And DC at heavyweight would beat the shit out of him as well. So would Volkov. Probably over him. Probably that. I don't know. Anyone his size at heavyweight would absolutely destroy him. In my opinion. Keep fighting light heavyweights. John Jones versus Thiago Santos rematch. While we let Johnny Walker, Jimmy Crute, and Jimmy fucking Crute and Alexander Rakic marinate themselves into the title contention. And yeah, let's have Santos versus Jones at the end of the year for the New Year's card. Good stuff. I love it. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. That's the entire event. It was good. The whole event went like this to me. It went fucking Chiesa versus Sanchez. Decent fight. Decent fight. Blachowicz versus Rockhold. Askren versus Masvidal. Straight up. Then it kept going up a little bit for Nunes versus Holm. Crazy stoppage. Jones versus Santos. They'll probably get fighted tonight anyway because every fight was one-sided tonight. So yeah. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Click that. Goodbye.